10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the podcast from Doug Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from the Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
What's up? What's good, people? Y'all know what it is. This is From the Ground Up Productions. There's only one place to go from here. This is where creators meet. I'm your host, Lady Miz, and this is my co-host,
Ray, the Silent Assassin.
Listen, y'all, I'm super excited because we have Surface today, one of my favorite groups, and I cannot wait to bring them on. Before we get started, we always like to remind you guys that this is a no judgment zone, and we love to invite everyone here to come in, to give your comments, to speak your piece, to say what it is that's on your mind. We do not judge people, and we also want to remind those who is out there who may have a business or you want to advertise. You can contact us at fromthegroundupproductions@gmail.com, or you can contact us through our social media and let us know if you want to sponsor our show or if you want to advertise on our show. There's so many different things that we have going on. I'm not going to get totally into that right now. I'll wait until we're done with our guests, but I do want to just tell you guys that let me see before, because I kind of lost my train of thought. I just want to remind y'all, if y'all got birthdays out there, let us know. We will shout you out if you have a birthday. And if you haven't already, make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe. Okay, that is very important. Hit the like button. Please follow and subscribe if you're checking us out for the first time. We want to shout out Germany. We want to shout out the UK. Where else? Because Australia. We see y'all in our, even though we know visually, it's not, people are not always there, but we see you guys on the streaming sites, on these other sites, and we appreciate y'all. We have a lot of listeners over there in all these different countries, and we just want to let y'all know we see you and we appreciate you so much. Big shout out to Jeff from BTP Media. He was able to set all of this up with Surface, and we're so excited to have them on the show today. Before we bring them on, we're just going to go into our short commercial break, and then we're going to get started. Lady Miz Publishing presents the Lady Miz Book Collection. Get ready to dive into my captivating book collection, perfect for any type of reader. Start exploring today with my must-read book stock that ranges from memoirs, informative, journals, and kids' books. Get your copies today by going to Amazon.com to place your order.
Every day we make moves. Bold moves. Big moves. But to make it through the day, we gotta make that boss move. Hardships will make you move like a boss. Because bosses deserve treats too.
Yes, yes, yes. For those who do not know, I do have my own potato chips. It's called Boss Move Chips. You can order it directly from me. You guys seen it before, my face on the bag. Yes, we doing our own thing over here. And all of my books are available on Amazon.com. I want to let y'all know I have a book signing coming up on August 12th. This is going to be at Sadie's Bookstore in Middletown, New York. That's 37 North Street. I had the pleasure to link with this sister. She is doing amazing things and giving back to the culture. I absolutely love her. Her bookstore has a lot of Black history in it. And I'm telling you guys, it's like... It's an amazing spot. So I am honored to be able to do my book signing in her store. And if you guys get a chance, please go over there and check her out. It's Sadie's Bookstore, and it's more than just a bookstore. Okay, so you're getting everything there: mind, body, soul, and spirit, baby. Absolutely. So you ready to get it started?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ready.
You're now tuned in to From the Ground Up Productions, broadcasting around the world.
Yeah, y'all know what it is. We are about to bring on the guests. Surface, the hottest R&B group, still doing their thing. So without further ado, let's welcome them to the show. Hey, John, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Listen, I'm excited, super excited to have you on. We were just blown away. Soon as Jeff, big shout out to Jeff, who said, "Hey, you want to bring Surface?" I was like, "What?" So it is a pleasure to have you on From the Ground Up. Yeah,
we appreciate you having us. We really appreciate it. There's no us without you.
Oh, I appreciate that so much, man. I do. So listen, first thing that I want to do is, because we like to always bring, especially these young bucks that don't be knowing, right? We want to bring them up to speed and talk about Surface and talk about the history of Surface, right? So the first thing I would like to do is start with you telling those who may not know who Surface is and what y'all are all about. Just giving a quick recap on that.
Well, Surface is an R&B group that started out as a writing team, writing for other artists. The record label said, "Hey, man, you guys are doing your thing, and you guys should be making records yourselves." And they began to write records for themselves, and that's how they carved out those hit records that they end up making. Surface is a group about love songs, that type of music.
Yes, absolutely. And y'all have several hits. David just popped on, so we want to bring him on.
That's your guy right there.
Y'all both got. Hey!
Oh my gosh, I couldn't figure this thing out. Lottie Dottie, we all love the party.
Yes.
Ray, what's good?
Mr. Conley.
Yes. Your partner's over there.
Do I have the camera facing the right way? I don't know what's going on.
Yes, you do, brother. Yes, you do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go.
Yeah, so I was just saying that it's such a pleasure to have you guys on the show. This is like a big, super deal for us. We're super excited, and we are fans of y'all and your music. And like it, even when Jeff said, "Hey, look, I could get you Surface," and then I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm so excited!" Then we're like reminiscing to the music, playing it, and then when I went on your social medias, and I'm like, "Oh my God," it was just so good to see that y'all are still out there doing shows and just creating great music. I just absolutely love it. Hats off to y'all.
We're still trying to do it. The pleasure is ours, first of all. We're here for you guys, you know what I mean? And we've always been that way, So we just continue in the groove.
It's a blessing, such a blessing.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what I want, as I was saying before, give us a little history for those who may not know about Surface. I know everybody knows the R&B group. We know that, listen, y'all was the top chart and still doing it. Okay, but give us a little more history on the backstory of Surface.
Well, we started back actually in 1983, first of all. So we old school, and when we started, it was really just myself and Karen Copeland. And we put out a single on South Soul Records. So our beginning was actually RCA South Soul Records. That was our beginning of Surface. And we put out a record called Falling in Love. And then after Falling in Love, myself and Karen Copeland, after I think maybe 2 more singles, the group actually broke up. And then myself, Dave, and Bernard actually put the group back together again. And we got a writer's deal first with Screen Gems EMI. And then after that, we got a record deal once again with Columbia Records at that time, but then it moved over to Sony Records. So once Sony got involved, myself, Dave, and Bernard, we picked up the torch and started to do songs like Only You Can Make Me Happy, and then all of a sudden it just started to keep it moving. So that's the beginning part.
Okay.
That some people know and some people don't know, but that's the beginning part.
Okay, all right. And you got a question?
Yeah, I would. How did the group actually come together?
Well, okay. The group, as in myself, Dave, and Bernard, part of the group, or the group that you guys don't really recognize, because we did chart with myself and Karen Copeland. You talking about that particular part of the group, the first part, or the second part?
The second
or
part.
The third. All right. The second part is I was over in England with Happy, and I produced the song on a group called High Tension, and they was the first ones to actually record Happy. So while I was out there in England, my eyes are burning. While I was out there in England, the guys High Tension turned me on to the people at Screen Gems, and at Screen Gems they sent me to New York, and then we ended up with an actual writer's deal first. Okay, so we were writing songs for Sister Sledge, Gwen Guthrie, but at that time, New Edition. Let me see, I'm looking back at that time. So we were writing different songs for different people, and then our songs went over to Columbia Records. Larkin Arnold, he was the president of Columbia Records at the time, and once he heard the music, he said that this sounds more than just like writers. This sounds like a group. And Leonard Richardson, who took the music over there, he said, this is a group. And he said, I want to meet these guys. So that's when we actually got signed to Columbia Records through Larkin Arnold as writers first. And then once we got together, the history started to roll from there. So that we actually got the deal of writers first and then came into a group.
Wow. That's nice. Yes.
My eyes are burning.
How long? Because I heard the story of Happy, of it being created. How long did it take to create that song?
The song Happy was interesting because it didn't take long at all to actually write it. My nephew, at the time, me, Dave, and Bernard, we had a split house. It was like a duplex. They was on one side and I was on the other side. And so my nephew came running on my side of the house. Uncle Pick, man, you got to hear the song Dave is working on, right? So me and Bernard, we was on that side of the house. So we ran.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're going to wait to bring him back. Oh, there you go.
Gosh, no, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It happened.
I told her that I'm on an interview, but apparently she didn't get the memo. Okay, so check it out. Me and Bernard, we run next door, and we go over to the studio. We had a little studio, a little 8-track studio at the time. And Dave was behind the keyboards, and he was playing the chords, and he was singing, Only You Can Make Me Happy. Me and Bernard was like, yo, that's so fly, right? So I jumped on the bass synthesizer. I started putting together the bass line. And then Bernard came up and he started finishing up the lyrics and stuff, right? Next thing you know, we turned around and that song was recorded. We finished the whole song. It must have happened probably about 30 minutes. But it was that magical moment that Dave kicked it off, and then we just joined in and created and just finished writing the song. So that's kind of really the way it kind of went. And then later on, we recorded it in the studio. The actual studio, because we were just in our little 8-track demo studio.
Yeah.
Wow,
that's an amazing story. I mean, 30 minutes. It's crazy how something so beautiful that is gonna last forever.
That thing lasted forever, ain't it?
Yes.
Man, I'll tell you.
That's like the marriage song, when people are at their weddings and all of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, can y'all tell me both each from your experience of being in the group Surface, what is your most memorable moment?
Let me let Phoebe kick it off while I think about it, because I got too many moments. You know,
Yeah,
what I mean?
he's got a lot of memorable moments. For me, it's my time being in the group Surface. It's when you're on the road, the stories that you get when you meet the fans. It's incredible the amount of stories that people tell you about the time that they met their loved one, or so many people come to the shows with their children and they're saying, my mother raised me up on this music. All of those type of things. Each time we go out, those are the things that grab me. It's crazy. They were raised up on this music. This is our wedding song. We got married to this. Those are the things that grab me every time we get out on the road and we meet and greet the people. It's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. I know it is. Yes. And
okay, I remember now. Okay, so this is kind of an off story. First of all, here we are. We did a record called Let's Try Again First, right? Mm-hmm. And it flopped. So we were kind of like invisible in the record company at this point. Nobody was returning my calls at the record company. So we were like living on like whatever. And so Dave Townsend called me up and said, yo, you got to see this article that's in this magazine. So he shows me this article, and the article said, every time I play this record, the phones light up, right? I'm like, oh, snap. So I took the article and I sent it to Ruben Rodriguez, God bless his soul. He passed away. He was the head of at the time. I sent it to him. I said, yo, you got to put this record out as our single, right? He said, we'll see, think about it, because nobody was really paying us any attention because, the first single wasn't working, right? Mm-hmm. So finally he called me back 2 weeks later. He said, we're getting ready to do this song as a single, and we're going to do a video. Now, okay, this was like 1986, going into 87. And we're getting ready to do a video. Now, this is like, whoa, what is this? Here we are in the studio recording this song on a video, and then the song comes out, and then all of a sudden it does what it does. But my biggest moment of that particular song was it walked us into doing a video that we never even thought we were even going to do, because we thought we wasn't even going to make it as a group at this point. But people loved the song. Yes. And some station out in Arkansas somewhere, out of nowhere, just started playing the record because he loved the record. And the lights, every time that record came on, the lights, the phone lines go ding, 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 ding. Well, who's that? Right? And it paved the way for us, all the success that we've had. It paved the way for us.
Beautiful, beautiful. Isn't it funny how like certain areas you never think? It's just like the same thing with us with the podcast. It's like sometimes we're like, well, where's everybody at? And then when we look at our numbers, it be like all overseas and everything. It's just amazing how, and that's why I always tell people, the world is such a big place. You know what I mean? So never
and it shrinks on you too. It's big, but then it becomes so small because the people gravitate to you like you was always there.
Yeah.
Fever and I, we go over to France or something like that, and they're like, yo, man, we love y'all. Y'all don't even know us. Yeah, we do. Blah, blah, blah. You go to Japan, people are like singing the songs. Go on.
And the crazy thing about it is they'll love a song that you probably totally forgot about. It may not even be the hit record. It might be some obscure song. They be like, oh, y'all need to be singing this song. And we'd be like, what? It's crazy how they fall in love with different aspects of your career. And it's just madness. It's like, wow. Oh, that's the song you love?
It happens like that though. But you always say that the fans, they pick the music, what I mean?
They pick the music.
At least it used to be that way.
Right.
I don't know what it's like now.
At least it used to be that.
That's what lead me since you said that, and we here now, right?
Right.
Let's get into it. Okay, so first and foremost, what I want to do, especially with people like y'all, I want to thank you for your contribution to the music, to the industry, for us as a culture. Y'all created so much great music that, you know, for us will live on forever. And I'm sure all of your fans. So thank you for that. Okay.
Thank you.
I just wanna,
we appreciate you.
That's sweet.
Absolutely. But I want to know, you guys, look, we come from a different era, right? Different morals when it comes to the music. A lot has changed from then to now. And I see y'all are still out there, thank God, still, you know, putting out great music, still giving us good content, good stuff. Tell me how y'all feel about what you hear on the radio today when it comes, especially when it comes to R&B.
I don't listen to the radio. Sorry, guys. So I don't know how to answer that question because I'm not one of the radio guys like I used to be. You know, I just don't listen to it. My wife listens to it more than me. She likes to put on smooth jazz radio. Okay. And she loves R&B. She's an old school fanatic. You know what I mean? But she just doesn't get it. She just stays on the jazz right now.
Well, I think with R&B, there's a lot of good R&B out there, but it's almost like how hip hop began. It's underground. It's underground, and you have to search it out. You know, there's a lot of talented young artists out there, but you have to seek it out. It's not out front. It's not promoted anymore. You have to look for it. You have to really, really dig deep. I think the biggest thing about today versus yesterday was the variety isn't there. Everybody's saying the same thing, doing the same thing. Before, there was so much variety. You had some negative artists, or not. I don't want to say negative artists, but some artists that was a little more graphic than others. Right. But it was offset by the people singing about love, and it was offset with people singing about you fight the power people. You know, you had just so many different aspects, and now it's just like you just got kind of one thing going on, and I think we need a little more variety.
Yes, originality, because back then it was everybody, you didn't want to sound like nobody else. You wanted to actually stand out. Now everybody's just trying to fit in one box, you know?
Yeah, yep.
Like you turn on the radio and you can't even tell who's who anymore.
Which artist is which? Yeah.
Yes. I want to comment to a statement about you saying that your wife she listens to the radio, but you don't. You know what I found out? What I noticed for myself, because I was the same way. For me, I always turned on a radio. It was everything to me. Music, what it does for us and how it helps us. You know what I mean? So I've always went to music because it just helped me and all around. Mm-hmm. But when things changed and I started to lose interest, what happened is I stopped listening to the radio. But when that happened, I lost touch with people like y'all. You understand? So
we here. Nice.
I know you are. But see, what happens is if we stop listening, and this is what we talk about too, about how to, you said we got to seek it out, right? Just what y'all both said, right? So if we're not listening, where do we go? Because it still exists, like you said, you're still there. How do people like us who are still searching for artists like yourselves, how do we stay in tune?
Right. That's a good question.
What shows just like this here on the internet? Yeah, things of that nature. You know, it's easy to find. You just got to search.
But like you said, if we're not listening, how do we reconnect?
Yes.
How do we reconnect to the music? And that's a really, really good question. Because I do find myself trying to adapt and trying to listen. But it's like, every song is saying the same thing, everything. So I guess you got to kind of fight through it and really dig deep and see if you can kind of find that thing that you like out there.
So you got to be more patient then.
Patience, there it is. There it is.
Right. In today's time, with the short attention span, we'll see.
Yeah, you're right about that one right there.
Yeah. Let me just give some shout outs real quick. Big shout out to Soraya Alexis. Big shout out to Mom Gloria. Big shout out to Demo Wet on the check-in.
Demo, what's good, Demo? That's one of my dudes.
Yeah, he told me. He said that too. Yes. Big shout out to Demo Wet. Big shout out to Mark, Jersey and Things. Big shout out to Tail Mama from Wisconsin. I see you guys. Thank y'all for pulling up. If you haven't already, be sure to share this live. So let's talk about. I want to talk about. You know what? I want to talk about the instruments.
Okay.
So I know you play, David, right? You play. Yeah. How many instruments do you play?
I really don't know at this point. Right now, I really just focus on the flute. I mean, I still play the keyboards as far as writing songs, because I'm still writing songs and stuff like that. But
okay,
I actually gave up the sax last year, I think, because it was just kind of getting a little bit hard on my back, to tell you the truth. And I just love to play it, but I can't really, I can't handle it anymore. So I just lean on that flute right now. That's my little thing right now. That's my thing.
Yes.
That's what God gave me. I'm leaning on what God gave me, because all the other instruments they came from the flute. So really? the only reason why I know how to play everything else is because of the flute. And in the beginning, the flute wasn't an instrument that you could really make a career out of. It was other instruments. Matter of fact, my main instrument when I was in the group Mandrill back in the day was tenor sax. And I was really playing baritone sax in college, but I moved over to the tenor because it was a job seeker, you know what I mean? Because people wanted to have the horn section back then. So I didn't really play a lot of flute until I actually, created Surface. And that's when the flute became a little bit more the piece to run to.
How did you learn how to play these instruments?
To tell you the truth, it was really God. Because, I was just walking down the street and a friend of mine, Daryl, had a flute. And I never touched the flute before ever in my whole life. And he said, I'm selling this flute for, I think it was $25. Yeah. And I said, well, I'll pay $10 for it, because I thought I was going to sell it for $25 myself, because I was a hustler. So I was going to just sell it because it was real pretty. So he gave it to me, $10. So I took it down to my basement I was in East Orange, New Jersey. I took it downstairs and I put it together and I said, hey, this is kind of cute. I put it together and my hands just fell in the right spots, right?
Wow.
And I knew you play it like a bottle top or something like that, So I started blowing on it and I could play it out of nowhere. I could play this thing. So I started playing, like Mary Had a Little Lamb and all them little kind of cute little songs. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, I never touched the flute before. Now I'm actually playing songs. Now I know that was like nursery rhymes, but it was songs. And I kind of tired myself out. And then I went upstairs and my mother said, well, I didn't know you just played flute. I said, I didn't either. Where you get that thing, boy? You stole it. No, I know I didn't steal it. Because I was a hustler. I was kind of a bad boy, see?
Uh-oh.
So she didn't believe that I actually paid $10 for this flute because it was so pretty. And she finally said, okay, all right, go on, whatever. But that's how I started to learn how to play flute, just by my spirit inside or something like that. It just was there.
Amazing.
Do you still own that flute?
No, that's that flute. Tell you the truth, you know what? I joined the whole musical community at the time in Jersey. And there was a guy, my flute had broke, and a guy said, I know a guy who can fix that thing. But he was bull crapping me. He took my flute, man, and sold it.
No.
And I went crazy because, I'm a new musician. And I went up to his house and I told his mother, I said, you know what, Billy, he stole my flute. She got me another flute, but the flute was all raggedy and ugly looking. I'm like, and I told her, I said, well, this don't look, I got you a flute, boy. I'm like, yeah, you did. So I kind of ran away. I said, all right, cool. So I did have another flute as a substitute, but it wasn't like my original one. And the original one was still just like a student model flute, but it was my first one. And, he took it from me. So, but, hey, as it goes, and I got a beautiful flute now, solid gold. I'm rocking right now. Hey, don't feel bad for me. Don't feel bad for me.
Hey, don't leave his side either.
It's all actually right now. I'm upstairs, but it's in the studio downstairs. I usually have.
Oh, I thought you was gonna play a little something for.
Yeah, I can run downstairs if it comes down to it. But yeah, I actually been. I just joined the gym again since for years. I'm tired of this crap. I ain't going front, man. This new thing. I'm putting in the new work now. This is kind of new for me.
Listen, mind, body, and spirit. Speaking of spirit, I want to backtrack a little bit because for those this is why I think this is important to say, right? I'm not a religious person, but I am a spiritual person.
Totally.
When you say that it's just something that God just did, with your story just now is proof, because if you didn't go to school, learn that self-taught, it just naturally came to you. That's nothing but God. You know what I mean?
Nothing but God.
And I would like to know, okay, because was there ever any difficulty, because you're considered to be legally blind, right?
No, I am totally blind.
Oh, totally. Okay. All right.
I can't see nothing.
All right. Okay. So my thing is, you just learned that, and just your fingers just felt like just went in the right place.
It
like
really happened.
Talk to us about that situation of being totally blind and being able to do all of this stuff, because there might be somebody out there right now who might be discouraged or think that they can't do it, and you are living proof that it's possible, and you're doing so many great things. Can you just elaborate on that a little bit?
I'm going to elaborate by starting by saying that when I started playing the flute, I was legally blind then.
Oh,
so I could see. Could I see real good? No, I couldn't see good at all. So, but now that I can't see, I still have the ability to do things because, I'm also, an engineer, and I do a lot of work with the computers and stuff. But for those who don't know, the computers that I work with, they all talk to me. The phone that I'm on right now, it talked to me to get on this show. So nobody was here, but I had to find out how to hit the right spots so that I could open up to get into this show. But being blind is like not the way it was way back in the day, because when you was blind, you had to read books by putting records on, by putting tapes in. My first Bible was a audio book on tape. Y'all don't even know what tape is, so let me leave you alone. So it goes back there. But all the stuff that I do is really by my ears. So if God didn't give me these guys over here, then I'd be in really big trouble for me personally. That's my thing. But my whole life is so dependent on God. Everything that I do is all dependent on Him. I live for Him now. So I'm not like I was before. So I'm all the way born again now. So what I do now is I edify people through the Bible, because I also study the Bible, and everything that I do is giving it back to God. And by me giving it the music to you guys, it's the same thing, because He said, I gave you this. What you going to do with it now that I gave it to you? So even right now, I'm working on some music on a play about the Passover, which is, back with Moses in them, as Richard Pryor would say, Moses in them. But, I'm doing music for that. So it's giving back. And then the next one would be for the Feast of Tabernacle, which is another play that I'm working on. But it's just music that's from way, way back, telling those old stories from back in the day about the way it was when we were like in slavery and all this kind of stuff. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to give it back.
Oh, I love that. That is beautiful. Oh, man. Amazing.
All praises to the Most High. That's all I can tell you.
Absolutely. Phoebe, you quiet over there.
That's Phoebe. What's up, Phoebe?
Yeah. So what I want to know, you tell me what was any challenging moments that you could remember as far as being in the group? Do you have anything that sticks out?
As far as for me,
talk about me, watch.
He's the challenge. No. I met David. I was singing at an open mic. Was it a contest or just a show?
Yeah, it was a contest. It was,
it
and
might
you
be a
won that
contest.
night. And you won that night.
Yeah,
at the Key Club in Newark, New Jersey.
At the Key Club in Newark, New Jersey, and I was singing Babyface, and David had somebody come over. He had Big Kev come over, and he introduced himself to me, and he was like, "Hey, listen, I'm out here doing this thing, and I need somebody to come out and sing these surface songs for me. And if you can sing that Babyface, you can do this. You can do this surface stuff, And that's how we met. I think the challenge is David is very. He loves these songs. He created these songs. He wants you to present these songs as they are, So being a creative, you want to go out there and kind of embellish on the songs and do your thing. David's like, no, what are you doing? You sing these songs the way they're supposed to be sung, And that was the challenge. And he was challenged by me because I'm like, well, we should be doing this. We should, so we kind of had to work on each other for a while, but it was such a blessing to meet him. And the crazy thing about going back to what you were saying about him being blind, the first time we had a rehearsal, it was insane. The first time we had a rehearsal, the drummer didn't show up.
Oh, really?
The drummer wasn't around. The drummer didn't show up. And we were like, well, what are we going to do? David said, hold on, give me a second. He grabs his MPC.
That's a drum machine.
Yeah, he grabs his drum machine. And right on the spot, he programs every song that we're going to rehearse. He programs the songs, the beats to the songs right there in front of us real quick so we can rehearse. And I'm saying to myself, this is crazy. This blind man is laying out these beats real quick so we can rehearse. It's not already programmed into the machine. He does it right then and there. He remembers every detail of the music, and he reprograms the song right there. And I said, "Oh, this is my guy. This is where I'm gonna be right here."
Wow. Okay.
Oh, wow. That's another great story. I love it. See, you could tell when something is just meant to be. You know?
Yeah. It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt that he had that platinum New Edition album on the wall. That didn't hurt either. I was a huge New Edition fan growing up, so that kind of sold me too.
Yeah, I'll blame you. So let me ask you, Fever, before I don't know if you said this or if I missed it, but before you got into the group Surface, was there anything that you were doing before that on your own? Did you put out any music? Was this your first time just getting out there?
No, before meeting David, which is crazy. I live in Jersey. He lived in Jersey. We never met all of those years. He was on Columbia Records. I was also on Columbia Records through Def Jam. I was with a group called the Black Flames, and in 1990 we remade "Watching You" by Slave. Walking down the street, watching ladies go by.
Watching you.
Yeah. So we remade that song. We worked with Daddy-O. Daddy-O produced that record. Daddy-O from Stetsasonic produced that record.
Yes, Daddy-O.
We worked with Jam Master Jay. He did a song called Dance With Me. We put out 3 singles. And Newkirk, Don Newkirk, rest in peace, Newkirk, and Jam Master Jay. Newkirk produced a song called Let Me Show You. So I was with a group called the Black Flames on Def Jam. Moderate success. We didn't do a whole lot of things. But David had no clue. When I met him, and I never spoke about it. He was like, well, who's this Yaya? They used to call me Yaya. He's like, who's this Yaya that everybody keeps speaking of when we go out? He was like, oh, Yaya, because people would recognize me from then. And but he had no idea. He's like, why do people keep calling you that? And then I explained to him the story. He's like, how are you going to be with Russell Simmons and Def Jam and never even mention it?
Right. He never told me.
We want to know the story. Why do people call you that? Why were they?
Well, Yaya was a nickname that my uncle gave me. It's Islamic translation for my name, which is John. Okay. So as a kid, that's what they used to call me. And that was just the name that I sang on the record. So when that part on Watching You came out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, my name is Yeah. That's what I sang on the record. So people would recognize that and recognize me, and that's where that came from.
Yes.
So
Okay.
So how did you end up in the club singing open mic?
Oh, just for a long time, I hadn't been on stage. I hadn't been doing much of anything. I had children, young children, and I decided, hey, listen, I'm gonna raise these children. I had my opportunities. I had my chance. This is their time. And as they started to get older, I kind of, the kind of itch was there. I would sing at a wedding here or something like that. And I just kind of, some friends was playing in the band that was doing the open mic, and they was like, yo, you need to come out, and just do your thing. And I started to go out and do these open mic contests and just sing at these shows and just just do it and have fun. And that's how I bumped into David. So it was just kind of coincidence. Like you said, it was God that put us both in that place at that time.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Was meant to be. I'm trying to tell you.
People come over to me all the time. How did you find him? Right? How is it possible? They tell me that all the time.
Oh, for the first couple of years, people would be calling me Bernard. I'm like, David, they think I'm Bernard. He was like, just go with it.
We'll tell him when we talk to him.
Yeah. I hear you. Now, if there's anything that y'all could change about the industry today, what would it be?
To change, the industry is in such a quagmire. I don't know how to change this thing, because the music really is going where the streets is going, and as we all know, the streets are going to some very, very sad places. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can't change a lot of that, because even back when I was younger and my father's was music back in the day, and then it was a different era of time. Mm-hmm. But now when we got to this era of time and people are more into the bling bling, into the sex, into the and the sex is going both ways. It's going really, really weird, and they're displaying it all the time. So it's hard to change what's already implanted into the whole system right now.
Right.
When it changes, the streets are going to change with it.
Right. The movement, whatever the movement is. Yeah, whatever the movement is at the time. That's the music is dictated by that.
Yeah. But then you still can surf through it and find us and find others and find, because the concerts is what kept us alive as far as in the people's faces, see? So for them seeing us, they go, man, I remember that day when that song was out. Well, I remember that. So they're still getting their taste of yesterday. And even the young folks that love yesterday's music, they're getting a taste of it as well. So there's a trade-off. And it's working. We're just not selling the kind of records that we used to sell anymore. Those days are kind of like pretty much gone on. And they're not gone for everybody, because you got your superstars that have their downloads in the millions now. You know what I mean? So those are still going on, but it's still a different world. We don't. Right. My world was with tapes and records.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it moved into CDs. Physical. And when we got on CD, we thought we made it for real.
Physical,
a little CD was
CDs,
like, oh, snap. But we didn't know that could have been the kiss of us goodbye. We didn't know that. So all of these changes, when they happen, we just have to take them and roll with it and see how we can fit in. Right. That's all we're doing. We're fitting into a new world of music. And lucky that God gave us David gave us the ability that we could still do this thing, and we could still come to people like you, right?
Absolutely.
And the people who you are endorsing out there.
Right, right. Because you guys are basically the new movement podcast.
Yeah, we're part of it.
And these things are how we communicate now. Absolutely. So we're adjusting to that world. We're adjusting to that world. You guys are kind of running the show right now, and that's the beauty of it all. And you guys saying, well, this music or these guys, we want to keep them alive, and that's how we're able to survive at this point.
Absolutely. And that's important for us, because a lot of times what I always say to even anyone that's older that want to start, or somebody that's been doing it but stop, to never give up, because there's always a lane and a group of people that still want that music. I mean,
Right.
and people forget that, and sometimes it's we gotta keep encouraging and keep that's why we gotta let people know, hey, we still love y'all. We're still here. We're still craving for that music. We still want to hear music about love. Okay. All right. So this is what we are looking for, because I don't know. I want to ask y'all, when you're performing and when you're out there, are people slow dancing anymore?
Fever got to answer that. He can watch. He can look. I don't know. What's going on, Fave? Are they slow dancing?
I don't think it's his sound on. No, your sound is off.
Oh, put your sound back on, Fave.
There you go.
Oh, he still doesn't.
No, it's off. I don't know what you hit. Let's see. Nope. You must have hit something that puts your sound off.
You can always go out and come back in, Fave. So put your sound back in. Maybe
go out and come back in if it doesn't work. You got to give your mic access. It's not working. But anyway, while he's doing that, you have something to say?
Yeah, I got a question. David, for people who don't know, what song did you write for New Edition?
It was called Let's Be Friends. And the three of us wrote it together.
Oh.
When that was on Awful Love, the Awful Love album.
Oh, okay.
Double platinum.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Hey.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
When y'all write the songs, were y'all singing them before y'all gave them to the groups or to the people that y'all wrote for?
No, we were actually writing for them. We were actually writing for different people. Now, was there any instances where we did end up singing one of the songs that we wrote for Sister Sledge? It was called "You're Fine," and we did put that on our first album. So yeah, we did that. That was like a cover for ourselves. Oh, and then we did the Gwen Guthrie song. It was "Save Your Love for Me." We never put it on an album, but we actually wrote that for her, and we actually sang it as well. So that was one of the songs.
Beautiful. I didn't know that. Okay, see, that's why we love to get the history. Because sometimes you just never know, Yeah. Now I just want to backtrack a little bit until Fever comes back. Now, what I want to know is this: download. When we talk about downloads, and you say, hey, we're moving into this. We went from one thing to the next, to CDs, to and now we're here where it's just downloads. Do you guys like that new way? That's Jeff. I don't think he knew that. Sorry about that. Do you guys like this downloading system? Because I say this because it takes so much to generate revenue. Depending on, like, if you was to sell your CD, right? Depending on your contract, you're getting, okay, I'm getting this, but somebody could have to listen to your song like so many times before you could get like a penny, So I want to know, how do y'all feel about this, the streaming sites? Since we talk different evolutions of music.
The streaming sites are what they are, and we're going to complain that they're playing our music an awful lot, and we're getting very little. But you know what? There was a concept that I used to have about selling records itself, and the money, because, back then, we were only getting 12% of a record, 12% of a record. A record back then cost, an album would cost somewhere around $15, but we were only getting 12%. So the concept that I had was, you know what? If we sold like multiple amounts of records, everybody's going to be happy, because we're all going to be making money. We're not going to be making the same amount of money that the record companies are going to be making, ripping us off. But if we do sell a lot of records, we're still going to make enough, some money to kind of really just have a good life, So it's the same thing with the downloads. When the downloads are being downloaded, we still make royalties, So I don't really complain a lot. After so many years, we're still getting royalties out of our music. So there's two sides of that. Is it the money that the Spotify and all those people are making? It ain't even close. They're making so much money. But at the same time, you know, I'm not in it for the revenue like that and the greed like that and all that kind of stuff. That's, you know, that's past life of mine. You know what I mean? I'm in it for a whole different reason, and if I can get paid by doing it, I'm fine. I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely a different
Fees
situation.
back. Fees back.
I'm here. I'm in the building. Yeah. It's definitely different. I think Snoop Dogg might have said it best. I watched the video of Snoop Dogg talking about it, and he was saying, you know, he said, whatever it's going to be, we need some clarification as to what a stream is and what do we get paid for the stream. You know, where's the clarification on this? He said, guys are streaming billions. You got artists like Chris Brown with billions of streams, you know, but the money doesn't equate to those billions of streams. And that's what Snoop Dogg was talking about. And you know, and I think that's what we need to figure out. If like David said, if he knew, listen, I get 12% of these earnings, at least he knows what he's getting.
Right.
You know, with the streaming system, nobody even has a clue what they're getting. You know, when Pharrell did Happy, and he talked about what kind of money he got paid for Happy, and was one of the biggest streamed songs even up to date. The song was streamed crazy amounts of times, and the money didn't equate to that. You know, so I think that's the thing. When people were making downloads, you at least knew 99 cents a download. You knew what it was. You know, now people don't even download because there's no need to download the stuff into your phone. You know, you just play it as much as you want through the streaming services. You know, so I think that needs to be kind of ironed out as far as that's concerned.
Absolutely.
And a little sidebar about Happy and Pharrell. He did use Happy as a remix on that song as well. So we kind of got a little bit from him as well, from the remix. So
Beautiful.
It works itself out.
Yes, that's beautiful. Absolutely.
Now, when it comes to the streaming, would it make sense for artists and musicians to come together and to fight with the streaming sites and say, hey, this is what we deserve? And because I look at the idea of they oversaturate the market with unlimited, because they make it so easy for anybody to just put music up there that it becomes oversaturated, where they end up winning regardless, because it's too many for anybody to say, hey, let's go at them, you know, let's get what we deserve. So
it's always good in numbers. Come on, you know, when numbers get together, it's always working. You know, the thing about numbers is we all have to be united, and that's the problem.
Yes.
We're never really united into a goal that we have to go after. You know, unfortunately, by the not just the music business, everything is so split up. I remember when I went to the Million Man March years ago. I went to the Million Man March, and it was weird to me because we got an opportunity to spread our voices and stuff, but our voices was all here, there. It wasn't really a one unified voice that got together. So it don't seem like we got a lot done, other than we got 1 million people together. You know what I mean? So when that's kind of one of the things that we're just up against it, because everybody has their own different sight of what they think is right out here, right?
Absolutely.
Down to all these religions and all this kind of stuff. They all try to figure out, well, how come we can't come together? Well, because you believe in this and you believe in that and you believe. How can we come together? Two can't come together unless they agree.
Absolutely.
You know, unless they're equally yoked. And unfortunately, we as a people are not equally yoked. So we're going to have some problems out here.
Absolutely.
And we're going to keep having problems until something big happens. And, you know, and when that happens, we're going to be like, oh, snap. Here it is. Here it is.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about, see.
And big
I don't want to scare you all away. I'm going to leave it right there.
No. We ain't scared. No, but you're making some great points that need to be said, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Big shout out to BTP Media that just pulled up. Jeffy's
All right.
And now somebody was singing a song. You want to go back to Tanya? I think up there. I apologize, y'all. I know we like so deep in here. not go and read our comments. We are putting them up on the screen. You want to read some of these comments?
Tanya said, if you don't know how I feel for you, it's time I let all feelings show.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's the first verse of
Closer than
Happy.
friends.
No, that's
Closer than
That's
friends.
closer than friends, Jerry. I'm sorry.
Yes, one of my favorites. Oh my God. Oh,
Me and Fever too. Me and Fever too. That's our favorite.
yeah. Closer than friends. Happy shower me with your love. I mean, listen, so many hit songs that will live on forever, travel through generations. I was playing it for my daughter the other day, because sometimes you got to remind, the young kids, if they don't know the name, they know the music, right? So I said, well, that's Surface. And then when I played it for her, she goes, oh, yes, I know. So again, I think our job is to continue to teach the young ones coming up, you know what I mean? So they can know, y'all that laid the foundation, for R&B, for music, for the culture,
for love.
Yes, absolutely.
And they find it anyway. They get on the internet. They're searchers.
Oh,
that's
yes,
the world that they were born in. So they get up in there. And it's funny how my son knows about some of these old school cats that I'm like, how do you know that?
Yes.
That ain't even something mainstream.
Right.
But he seems to know because they're searchers.
Yeah, when they're playing, if they're playing the game, there's songs on the game. I'm like, how do you know that? Oh, that's on NBA. That's on NBA Live, or that's on Madden. Whatever. So it's out there for them. Like you said, they grew up in this world of the internet. They can find anything they want.
Right.
It's the information highway. They can find anything they want. It's crazy.
That's so true. So very true. Oh my goodness. Now y'all out there, I see y'all still doing several shows. Do y'all have a schedule where people can follow to see, if they want to pull up and see you guys perform?
We have a schedule, but is it somewhere where we basically put it on social media, so we didn't, I've got the website there, but I haven't been really activating it properly, and all that kind of stuff. I get split into so many different pieces that, sometimes you miss that. But if you go on Facebook, Fever, what's your Facebook, Fever, and your Instagram?
It's John Fever _Surface, on Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff. Yeah, we promote the shows through there. We again, we're not on anybody's tour, although we love to be. But we do a lot of spot dates. So when the dates come up, we promote them. We show up, man. We give them all we got, and we have a great time doing it.
Yes. Okay. All right. So they can go to Facebook
Go to Facebook, John Fever, right? And you can also go to mine, David Pitt Conley. I'm up there as well. So we up there.
David Pitt. Okay, so we're going to put that up on the screen. Let's first go with the first one real quick. I just want to read it out for those who are listening but cannot see us. So the first social media you can go to is John Fever _Surface. That's JOHNFEVA _SURFACE. Okay. And then can you repeat the second one?
David Pitt Conley, DavidPicconley.
Oh, okay. All right, he did it for me. All right. Yeah. So, guys, follow them. Make sure you stay in tune with what they have going on. They are still out there creating great music, performing, still doing their thing. And if y'all want to stay in tune, make sure y'all continue to follow them. Do y'all have any new music coming out that we should be aware of that we don't know?
Well, we do have a CD called Resurface. Where Have You Been? Okay. It's not exactly new, but we put some music out. And you can find that on most of the download places. You can find it.
Yeah.
Resurface. Where Have You Been?
Resurface. Where have you been?
Resurface. Okay. All right. And that's on all streaming platforms, correct?
Oh yeah,
that's
definitely.
correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Couple more questions, and then I'm gonna let y'all get out of here. I don't want to hold y'all.
It's fun. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. So I want to know, how do y'all stay motivated what keeps you going?
You guys, believe it or not, you guys, because you got to have some kind of fuel. So you guys end up to being the fuel by interviews, by the people that you guys speak to, and y'all like Surface, blah blah blah. And then when they come out to our shows, and when we do shows, we're doing shows with a whole lot of different people: Freddie Jackson, Up Close, Changing Faces, you name it. We're out there with all these other people, Howard Hewitt and my man Glenn Jones. We've done a lot of shows with him, Tony Terry.
Yeah.
But when they see us together, it's a motivation right there, and even a little bit of competition too, because we all old school. We all like to get together. We like, all right, we're gonna turn this out. We do our little play up in there too as well. So we have a lot of fun. So y'all are the fuel.
Right. And we fuel each other. The other artists, we all fuel each other. But like he said, just both of us before we got on this interview, both of us dead tired. Dave like, oh, you up? I'm like, yeah, I'm up.
Oh,
you up?
boy.
But as soon as we get in here, we light up just talking about this music.
Yeah.
Just interacting with you guys, feeling the energy from you, sparks us. So that's the motivation right there.
We appreciate that so much, man. Y'all have no idea. Let's read some of these comments. I want to get your Instagrams as well too, so people can follow you guys on there. You can start with Tanya and then go down.
Hey, Tanya.
Tanya said, yes, this old school R&B is so nostalgic. I always and always takes me back to happier places and time, and I smile so effortlessly when I hear them.
Beautiful.
Look at that, so beautiful.
We
love you too, Tanya.
Demo West said he rocked y'all at the 4th of July jam. He was
Word.
Right.
Hey, now Demo Wet, he's a very talented producer as well. You gotta.
Yes.
I mean, we worked together quite a bit. He even did some music on which album? The album that we did for Japan, and he did some music on that as well with us.
Nice Times Loving.
Yeah, no, that was the best of. I'm losing my brain on this.
Put it in there, Demo Wet. Put it.
Love Zone. That was the name of the album. The album was called Love Zone.
Love Zone. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. What's good, La Picasso? Want to check in, guys? We're about to wrap it up soon. So if y'all have any questions for Surface, put those comments in the comment section. You gotta read.
Yeah, Tanya says she got butterflies just thinking about some of the old songs. About to go put my records on right now.
That's right.
Word up, Tanya.
Tanya, we appreciate that.
And Demo Wet, he actually did Nas and Puffy.
Hate Me Now. Yes,
we can help me now. Something like what you can't
Hate
help
me
me now.
now.
We did that one, right? No, that's a bad boy right there.
Yeah,
don't sleep.
Absolutely. No, I work with Demo Wet. I know.
See?
Now and then I spit a few bars.
All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You a Jersey girl?
No. I live in Middletown, New York, so I'm upstate.
Okay. Yeah, but you're around. Yeah, you're around.
I'm there. I be going through T-Neck. I'll be over there. I know what's happening.
Word. I see brother territory.
Yes. So let's get your Instagram. I know
Instagram. Instagram is same as my Facebook. John Fever _ Surface. It's all the same. David's Instagram is Prince David. Was it Prince David Conley?
No, just Prince David, I think.
Yeah, Prince David. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, great guys. So listen, again, follow them on their social medias to stay in tune with everything that they have going on. Is there anything that I did not ask y'all that you want people to know?
Well, I don't know. You covered a lot of stuff, but there's always more stuff to cover, But I do want to make sure that everybody knows that we appreciate everything that they've done for us and all this time period that's gone by, and that we love each and every one of y'all for being a part of us, because you're a part of our journey as well. Our journey goes into different areas, of course, but to be there for us and us there for you, because by your comments, we know that we've been there for you as well. So that's very precious to us. You better believe that. We couldn't have done it without you guys.
Oh man.
Indeed.
appreciate that. We
you.
appreciate that.
Yeah, that humility. That's some real humility right there, David. I like that.
Absolutely. I'm so man, this is like honor. Y'all have no idea. So look, we're gonna wrap it up. We definitely want to stay in tune. We have to see y'all like live. Matter of fact, if somebody wants to book y'all, who do they reach out to?
They reach out to me. You can reach out to me. My email is pickconley, PICCONLEY @gmail.com.
Yeah.
And my phone number is public, 757-880-4448. Just hit that number up and let's get it busy.
All right. 757 it again.
757-880-4448. That BB. Holla at us.
I know that thing by heart.
That's right. So if y'all want to
New York, what's up, New York? Show us some love. We
ain't been to New York in a minute, man. Yeah, come on, y'all. What's up?
Right now.
And that's home. That's home. Home base.
Yeah, New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey boys.
Can't even be a puppet in your own town. Come on, now.
Jersey right now.
I'm still in New Jersey. I'm in West Orange. David's left us. He's
I'm down in Atlanta. I love it down here in Atlanta, Georgia.
David's everywhere.
Oh, you're in Atlanta. How are you liking it? Let me ask you a
I
question.
love it. I love it.
Okay, all right. That's good.
So how did you end up with a Hampton Roads number?
Actually, I lived in Virginia for years and years because cell phones were just coming out around that time, back then. And I kept this number. I just held on. I don't even know how long I had that number.
David's lived everywhere since I've known him. So
I've been around.
It's a nomad.
Like Tupac, I've been around.
Right. Yeah. David's all over the place. It's beautiful because I get to travel. You know what I mean? I gotta come to the studio. Where at now? Where? Colorado. Texas, wherever. I never went to the house in Texas, but everywhere. This guy's
shame
everywhere.
On
So
you.
it's a blessing, man, to live the life of David Conley.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what I would like from both of you guys is if there's any advice that you would give to it could either be people coming up now or someone in the industry who may have just walked away from it all because they don't have any hope or anything. What would you say to them to keep them going like you guys are?
Well, for me, the one thing that I had to learn, there's always hope. The one thing that I had to learn from being with Def Jam and being in the industry and feeling like I didn't make it, or I didn't reach the pinnacle of success that I was hoping for as a young man. That A, is never over. That's the one thing. And B is you can't let anybody dictate what success is to you. You know what I mean? And I had to learn that, you dictate what success is. Now you don't allow other people to dictate what success is to you. You have to determine that on your own.
Absolutely. 100%.
And to add to that, I say just keep your head to the sky. All praise to the Most High is really, really is what fuels me and keeps me going. And it's never over, especially with all the tools that we have to work with here. The internet is an open market where you could just jump in and be somebody, and you can reach somebody, and somebody out there is going to dig what you're doing. Because it's a big world, like my man said, it's a big world, and out there, and somewhere in that world, somebody's going to dig what you're doing. Because everybody's got different tastes out here. But I just once again just be like, all praise to the Most High. Thank you so much for giving us the ability to do this.
Yes,
I love it. Okay. Listen, I want to thank y'all so much for taking the time to come on our show, to talk with us, to give us the history of Surface, to share everything that you shared. We appreciate you guys so much, and we are so grateful for this opportunity. Big shout out to Jeff from BTP Media.
My man, shout out Jeff.
Yes. We appreciate y'all, and we definitely hope to see y'all and meet y'all in person. We're gonna travel if we have to, just to see y'all in person to see everything.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We definitely want to stay connected and in touch. And anytime you guys have any new music or anything coming out, please let us know. We would definitely want to be there to support. But of course, our job to follow up and stay in tune by following what you guys got going.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes. Any shout outs before y'all get up out of here?
Shout out to my girl. Shout out to y'all for having us. That's the first thing. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
This is.
Oh,
we're still here.
No, we lost Dave John again.
Oh man,
Fever, what's going on?
Fever, what's up, Fever? He want to keep on jumping, keep it moving.
All right,
listen, it was beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I'm getting ready to go get me some grub for real.
Shout out. Any shout outs?
Just shout out to my lovely lady. Her name is Pua.
All right.
Shout out to her. In the Most High. That's it. All right.
All right. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care.
God bless you. Take care. Shalom.
Peace. All right, y'all. So y'all know what it is. That was Surface. Make sure you guys follow them on their social media sites. They gave their social media. They gave their Facebook. They gave their Instagram. If you are a fan of theirs, or if you don't know them and you're like, oh my God, I need to find out who they are. First of all, we're going to play one of their songs right now for you guys. We'll be playing Shower Me With Your Love. We're going to play Shower Me. We're going to play the video. Right. Yo, listen, y'all got to see what we grew up to, what we love so much, and why we love them so much. So here is Shower Me With Your Love. This is one of their joints that they did, and check it out.
Yeah, I know. I cut it my way. I was supposed to, but this.
Okay. All right. Listen, I don't know what was going on. A little bit lag in there, but guys, make sure you guys please go follow them, stay in tune to them. Big shout out to Lady Z. I see you on the check-in. Thank y'all so much. We are going to give you a little bit of tea of the week real quick before we get up out of here. Yes, Shower Me With Your Love, one of my favorite songs. Y'all know y'all could go stream all their stuff right now. Get back in tune with what they have going on, because so much great music is there, right? So much great music is there. So we're going to get into tea of the week.
Yep.
All right, because that's been all right. So let's get into tea of the week. What's going on? What's going on? This is tea of the week with Lady Miz and Ray. All right, y'all. Y'all know this is the part where we tell you about some of the news that's going on. We only have a couple of things that we're going to discuss, and then we're going to do our quick little promo, and we're going to be up out of here. So what's popping out there?
Yeah, first of all, I guess we got to say rest in peace to Gillie the Kid's son. Y'all may know him from the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. His son, YNG Cheese, was killed on Saturday, 28 years old. In Philadelphia.
Now, was that? I think I read. Was it a drive-by shooting or something? I can't remember, but I can't even think off the top. And I know I've read it, but definitely we here at From the Ground Up want to send our prayers to him and his family. Yeah. Very, very sad moment. Please, I don't even know what to say as far as stopping the murders, these countless murders that continue to happen. We have to value our lives, and some things just is not worth it. To be doing these type of things is not worth it, y'all. Please put the guns down. I'm not saying I'm totally against having it to protect yourself when you really have to, but to be just out there like that, it gotta stop.
I'm gonna say
to stop.
I'm gonna say this. It's too many of these guys that's overly emotional. That's what it is. They're just too damn emotional. They wear their emotions on the sleeve and they don't know how to talk.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think the ones with the guns can't even fight. And I hate to, here's what I'm gonna say to people like that. If you're running around with these guns and you think, hey, I'm ready to do whatever time I get, go in your bathroom, close your door, and sit there for 24 hours. because that's how it's gonna be when you're sitting in jail.
Yep. Absolutely.
If you can't do that, you in the wrong business.
So sad.
Yeah.
So sad. Was that it? Because
it was also
oh, okay.
What's his name? Gunplay wilding out again.
All right, y'all. So here we go.
Why would you play that? Why would you play that? What's your problem?
Yo, Doug, it wasn't even like that, bro. I'm serious.
Everybody don't touch me before I shoot this shit
I
up.
was ready for the...
I shoot this dog shit up. You know you where you at. Don't touch me. Don't you fucking touch me. I'll kill everything in here. I'll kill everything in here.
Yeah, let me get up out here and get my phone.
Do you know where you at? Do you know where you at? Do you know where you at? What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? What's his
And see, that's what I'm talking about, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on.
Once again,
on.
a man wearing his emotions on his sleeve.
That to me, you're going too far. First of all, I mean, allegedly he was upset because he played a 50 Cent song.
A G-Unit song.
Okay. I don't know what it is. It's just music, guys. It doesn't have to go to that point. Like, this is ridiculous. And he's that angry that everybody gotta die.
Exactly.
I'm like, wow. Because like it's not funny, but I'll kill everything in here. Like, woo. Like, that's some crazy stuff to say here. Like, for real, you gotta pump the brakes. Why is everybody like over a song? Like, I'm not understanding none of this. Like, I don't understand it. It really needs to stop. I always say this, and I'm telling y'all straight up like this. I be like, look, I like going out, but for me, you know, even though like for me, I'm also a hip hop person, right? But I'm very careful about where I go, especially in today's time, where I don't want to put myself in the atmosphere where is stuff like that going on. You know what I mean? So you ain't gonna find me at some of these. I'm telling you now. I'll check. You can find me at the old school joints where I'm safe. But he looked like he was older too. So I don't know why he out there bugging. You're supposed to be with us.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna say this. I don't really care. Apparently, he ain't making enough money, because if he was, he wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, something is wrong.
Yeah, if you making money and you a boss, that's not what bosses do.
That was just a little too much.
That was a childish.
You know what? I feel bad for the DJ. I don't know. You know what I mean? When I seen that and he's trying to knock the stuff over, he's just playing music. He's just playing music. I mean, there is a DJ is there for the people. Everybody ain't all involved in your beef. Exactly. You know what I mean? He don't have nothing to do with that.
Mess around, the DJ might even be too young to understand what's going on.
He probably don't even know what's happening. You know? Okay, all right, because things is totally different. So look, we got to stop the violence, please.
You got to stop these guys with their emotions. These guys, they not. I'm gonna say it. They thinking like females.
I don't know what that means, but anyway, listen, before we get up out of here, we do want to remind y'all again, guys, two things. I have a book signing coming up. If y'all can see, this is my book, Broken Then Healed, Unhealed Scars. I'm actually going to go live and talk a little bit about this book and give y'all a little backstory on it. It is a re-release from the first book that I put out. This one is done through my own publishing company. I am having a book signing on August. There we go. So August 12th. It starts at 1 p.m. This is at Sadie's Book and Beverage. Sadie's Books and Beverage. This is on 37 North Street in Middletown. I absolutely love this spot. It is more than just a bookstore. When I went in there, I have to say that the owner, Yaya, was so inviting. My body, mind, and spirit and soul felt so good there. Okay. It was definitely meant to be, because I was going there a couple of times and I didn't even have no plans on going there that day, because when I looked online, it was saying that the bookstore was closed. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go over there and I'm going to go just drive by. Who knows? And she just so happened to be there on the day that she was not open. And I got a chance to go in there, and her store, when she say it's more than just a bookstore, she's absolutely right. Her store is like, if you want some real Black history, you guys need to come up and check her out. It's like a museum in there. It's a coffee shop. You're going to find so much. And she really is into giving back to the people, uplifting her people, doing a lot in the community for the kids. It's such a pleasure for me to be able to have my signing at her store. And I'm super excited about it. And I just want to tell y'all, if you're in the Middletown area, if you're in the New York area, and you're not far from Middletown, or if you're passing through, stop in there. You will not be sorry. It's Sadie's Books and Beverages, more than just a bookstore. Amazing place. You're going to find it all in there. That's all I got to say. But I will also tell you that we're going to be interviewing her also on the show, because her story is so amazing. When I was talking to her, I was like, I got to get her on the show. You know, you guys are going to see what I seen when we bring her on here. But I definitely want to shout her out. Again, look her up on Facebook, look her up on Instagram, and follow her as well. She's doing amazing things, and we got to lift each other up. All right. So guys, I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. Don't forget, Surface is still out here doing amazing stuff. Still doing shows. They still got their music out. If you have disconnected in any way, reconnect by following them on their social medias, listening, downloading their songs. And if anybody out there that got a show coming up and y'all want to book them, they gave you the info. Okay.
Let's go, New York. Let's get them in New York.
All right, let's go. Listen, I'm about to hit up somebody I know. We got to bring Surface to New York. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, guys. Love y'all so much. Thank you for tuning in to From the Ground Up Productions. And we will see y'all next week.
We hope you enjoyed your time with From the Ground Up Productions. We'll see you next time. Be sure to add our channel to your Roku list and listen to us on all streaming platforms.
From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.